So then we're engaged, and this is, of course, it was his birthday. He was turning 26, so we decided I didn't have enough time to throw a bachelorette party, nor desire to, and so we decided to combine all of these things together. So this is his house, so he divided up the house like this. So if you're in the kitchen, you're in the birthday party. If you were here, you're in the bachelor party. Okay, sorry. That's the bachelor party. And that's me in the bachelorette party. And then he did some research about what happens at a bachelor party, and he read that you're supposed to have a ball and chain, so he made a ball and chain out of an onion. But then he realized the best man is supposed to do this stuff to him, and he's not supposed to actually humiliate himself. And then someone was nice enough to bring me some bridal shower gifts, so that made it seem a little more real. And then this is another weird crossover. This sort of upset me, where people were writing all this negative stuff about him getting married, and I was taking it really personally, and I was like, wait, they're talking about me. They're like, the shirt was really offensive to me. And he was like, why are you upset? I'm like, I don't know, they're talking about me, and we're getting married tomorrow. And I'm just realizing, like, as we went on and on and on, I was like, I can't stop this. This is like a train wreck. Like, I can't stop this. Okay. So, I'm getting ready for the wedding, and magically found a thrift store dress in just my size, and everything came together really nicely. We would do a day, we would take like 1 or 2 days off, maybe 3 days off in between a day. So the entire project is over the span of 3 weeks, but we had 10 official days in the project. So there's a lot of, like, at this point, a lot of sort of tenderness developing, but it's happening at a really rapid pace, much faster than it would have happened in a real-life relationship. But because we're following the script, we had to sort of jump right into getting to know each other. So we went to the Fisher Library at Penn, because it was, I love the building. It was rainy and freezing, and no one came. And I took all the pictures. Yeah. So, yeah. Actually, Will officiated. He's an ordained online minister, so he wrote this. I mean, I'm serious. He wrote this very touching, beautiful ceremony that, like, Zach and I both felt like we were having a moment. Like, it was really lovely. Like, I knew it wasn't a real wedding, but it felt like something was happening. There's my bouquet. I threw it to no one. And then we went to Atlantic City and got the cheesiest hotel room we could find. Yeah, I wanted it for the pictures. And everyone, of course, wanted to know the question. I'm sure you all are thinking. And the answer is, you'll see. But conceptually, later on I get pregnant, so conceptually, yes. These are all staged. I went to the beach and he made me a nice heart. Okay, so then we're at the point in our relationship where it's domestic, we've been together a while, you know, we don't need to look good for each other, it's a little dull, you know, so I'm doing domestic things, checking out my skin. And I had a stomach virus this night, which made the domestic thing really work because I didn't want to do anything. I wanted to stay in bed. He brought me breakfast the next morning, and it really sort of gelled, like, ourselves as a couple. It was very strange. This isn't our house, by the way. We borrowed a house. And you know, a lot of you are laughing because these are probably very familiar images. Okay, so yeah, I was sick. So I say I was sick because I had morning sickness, not a stomach virus. And there I am, pregnant. And I do not want children ever. I don't. And for me, this was a huge deal to walk around pretending to be pregnant. I was so scared of this day. I was scared of being uncovered as a fraud, of someone touching my belly and finding it hollow, or like it falling off, or it turned out to be such a fun day. The pregnant women get treated really nicely. It's the only day in my life I'll ever experience that, but so yeah, making friends. See, everyone loves a pregnant woman, and that's the other thing. People love pregnant women. And I found myself like checking out other women's bellies, and I still do because of this. Yeah, that's pretty big. Okay, so this nurse came up to me and said, "Wow, you know, you look like your belly dropped. Well, you must be due really soon." I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "So, who's your doctor?" I was like, "Oh my god." I don't know. I'm going to Temple Hospital. She's like, "Oh, well, yeah, who's your doctor?" I was like, "Oh no, I'm busted," but it was fine. But all these women were convinced. So I found these pregnant women, these real pregnant women, and I was like, take a picture. And this is a design at the Mooch. This is actually called the womb chair, so I thought it was kind of fun. So we went shopping for baby. And I like his kind of like clueless, like, what, baby? So then we had the baby. I did not, okay, in the narrative, I did not want this baby. And I really resented that Zach sort of pressured me into having the baby. And because it's the woman who inevitably has to sacrifice more in her career and her life for the baby. And I just didn't want this baby. And he did. And so he's learning to take care of it. He wanted to walk around with this baby outside, and I was like, no, I'm not walking around with a doll. So I wanted to actually borrow a real baby, but we just didn't get it. Whoops. I think it would have been a lot more convincing had it been a real baby. And at this point, the project changed from it being us experiencing things out in the world to it being, in his words, more like a photo shoot, which for me was fine, but for him, he felt like he was losing something with the interacting with people. So this is just us from this point on, like posing for pictures. Yeah. And tension starts to develop in the relationship at this point. And yeah, I'm sure these are very familiar images. I mean, yeah. So I'm going to, I think, play some audio, and if I have time, maybe I won't play the whole thing, but then if I have time, I'll play, I'll finish talking about it. So this is...